Let's begin our practice this evening. Taking a moment or two, just starting to allow your body to soften, start to become heavy and sink down towards the ground. Start to allow your mind to slow down. And become aware of your breathing. Take your awareness up to the crown of your head. Slowly scan down through your body. Starting to pick up on how all the different parts of your body are feeling. And then bring your awareness to the activities in your mind. Whatever kind of day you've had today, whatever kind of week you've got in front of you, if you've got thoughts about those things in your mind now, if you possibly can, let them go. They resurface again, or if new thoughts crop up, acknowledge them, observe them, and let them go. And bring your focus back to your breathing. Follow the breath as it comes in and goes out. And finally, take a moment to set your intention for this evening's practice. And to remind yourself of your motivation for being here. Let's start to bring some movement into the body now. And wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Circle your ankles. Circle your wrists. Stretch your fingers out wide and point your toes. And then clench your hands into a fist. And pull your toes back towards your shins. And relax your hands. Relax your feet. Slowly turn your head from side to side. And then relax your neck. Allow your head to rest on the mat. Bring your feet up off the ground and bend your knees. Bring your arms up in front of your chest so your fingers are pointing up towards the ceiling. And we're going to lower the arms out to the sides, and as you do, straighten your left leg and point it down towards the bottom of the mat. Keeping your right knee bent. Raise your left leg up as you raise your hands back up towards the ceiling. Lower your arms down, straighten your right leg down. And raise back up again. And lower your arms down, lower both legs down. And raise back up again. Take your hands onto your knees and hug your knees up towards your chest. And let go of your knees. Take both feet down towards the bottom of the mat again. Straighten your legs and reach out with your hands to the ground above your head. If you can, keeping your hands and your heels just slightly off the ground. And then raise them back up again. Take hold of your knees and hug them back up towards your chest. Straighten your legs, point your toes up. Take hold of your legs behind the back of your knees and point your toes. Pull back on both legs. Ease the tension off. Relax your ankles. Allow the knees to bend, but keep the feet up off the ground. You've got 90 degrees between your thighs and your shins. Extend your arms out to the sides. And take an inhale here. And as you exhale, lower your knees over towards the left side. Inhale back to the center. And exhale over to the right side. Inhale back to the center again. Lower your feet down to the ground. Bring your arms into your sides. Turn over onto your front. Bring your forearms up alongside your chest. And push down, bring your chin and chest up. So we're coming to Sphinx. Lower your chest down. Bring your hands back alongside your body, the palms facing up. Lift your chin and chest up. Raise your arms. Bring your legs up off the ground. Come to locust pose. Keeping your legs and your chest up if you can. Bring your arms out to the sides. Turn your palms down. And then reach out in front. And bring them back. And lower down. Bring your hands in underneath your shoulders. Push your body up. And sit back onto your heels. And bring your chest forward. And sink your hips down. Cobra. Lower your chest down to the ground. Bring your forearms forward again so you're resting on your forearms and your elbows. Lift your chest up to Sphinx. And curl your toes under. Lift your hips up off the ground. Lower back down. Bring your hands in underneath your shoulders again. Push up. Back onto your heels once more. And bring your chest forward, curl your toes under. Straighten your legs. Push up to downward facing dog. And take an inhale here. As you exhale, lower your knees down. Sit back onto your heels. And bring your chest forward again. Curl your toes under. Push back up to downward facing dog. Bring your feet together. And keep pushing the mat away from you with your hands. Allow your knees to bend slightly. And lean your hips over to the left. And back to the centre. And over to the right. And back to the centre again. Straighten your legs. And take your feet back out to hip width. And take an inhale here. As you exhale, lower your knees down. And sit back onto your heels. Bring your chest forward. Draw your hands in underneath your shoulders. Bring your toes together. Take your knees out to the edges of the mat. Sit back onto your heels. Bring your chest forward. Let your hips sink down. Sit back onto your heels again. Bring your chest forward once more. Bring your knees and your ankles back to hip width. Curl your toes under. Straighten your legs. And push up to downward facing dog. Walk your feet up to the front of the mat. So come into forward fold. And take an inhale, raise your arms up. Interlace your fingers. Take a side bend over to the left. And back to the centre. And over to the right. And back to the centre again. Release the grip on your fingers. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, fold forward. Take a step back on your left foot, turn your toes out. Come on to the heel. And push your right foot down, lift your body up. Raise your arms up. Warrior one. Lower your arms forward. Bring your hands down to the ground. Put your left foot back onto the ball of the foot. And step back with your right. Push your hips up into downward facing dog. Make the weight onto your right foot and raise your left leg up. And then lower the left leg down, bend your knee and step up outside your left hand. Let your right knee come down, foot onto the instep. And take your hands forward if you can, down onto the forearms if you can. Come back onto the hands. Curl the toes under on your right foot and lift your right knee. You're going to take that left foot back and take it straight up to a three-legged dog. So take it exactly where it came from and raise it up. And lower back down. Bring your chest forward to plank. And lower down to the mat. Feet onto the insteps. And push up to cobra. Onto the balls of the feet. Raise your hips up. Walk back to the front of the mat. Come into forward fold. And take an inhale, raise your arms up. Interlace your fingers. Bend over to the left. Back to the centre. And over to the right. Back to the centre again. Release the grip on the fingers. And inhale. And as you exhale, fold forward. Step back on your right foot. Turning your toes out, coming onto the heel. Push the left foot down. Raising your body up. Lower your arms forward. Hands down to the ground, right foot onto the ball of the foot. And step back with your left. The downward facing dog. So weight onto your left foot this time. Raise your right up. And then lower down, bend your knee and step up outside your right hand. And let your left knee come down, foot onto the instep, and walk your hands forward, down onto your forearms if you can. Take your weight back onto your hands. Left foot onto the ball of the foot and lift your knee. So again, that right foot is going back and straight up into the air. And lower back down. And bring your chest forward. Lower down to the mat. Feet onto the insteps. And push up the cobra. And sit back onto your heels. Right, let's come back onto, so we've done a lot of stuff on wrists and back, so we need to make sure they're all okay. So just come onto your hands and knees. And sink your belly down, lift your chin up. And then arch your back and bring your chin in. As you breathe in, sink your belly down, lift your chin up. As you breathe out, arch your back and bring your chin in. Breathe in, belly down, chin up. And breathe out, arch your back and chin in. And just relax your back. You've got a nice straight spine. Bring your knees in together. Make circles with your hips. One way. And then back the other way. And relax back to the centre. Walk your hands in. And come to seated. Hands to the sides of your hips. And take your hands out to shoulder height. Circle your wrists forward and backwards. And raise them up over your head. Circle your wrists one way and then back the other way. And bring your palms together. Allow your hands down to chest height. Turn the backs of the hands together. Lower your fingers down, bring them in towards your chest. The outside edges of the hands together. Push them away with your palms facing up. And curl your fingers in. Bring the backs of the hands back together. Push your fingers away. Bring them in. And push out. And curl your fingers in. Backs of the hands together. Push out. Do it with breath this time, so breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Once more. And breathe in. And out. And breathe in. And out. And bring the palms of the hands back together. Raise your hands up. And lower down to the sides. Bringing your hands down behind your back. Interlace your fingers. push your hands away from the bottom of your back. Lift your chest up. Raise your chin slightly. Lower your hands down to the bottom of the back. Relax your shoulders. Take your hands away from each other. Take an inhale, raise your arms up. And exhale, lower down to the sides. Your neck and your shoulders. Take your left hand over onto your right knee. Right hand to the ground behind your back. And twist. Look back over your right shoulder. And relax, come forward. Your right hand over onto your left knee. Left hand behind your back. And twist. Look back over your left shoulder. And relax, come forward. Take your right hand down to the ground. Left hand out to the side. Palm facing up. And inhale, raise your arm up. And exhale, reach over. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, lower down. Left hand down to the ground, right hand palm up. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, lower down. Take both of your feet out in front. Bring your backs down onto the mat. Arms alongside your body, palms facing down. And draw your heels up towards your buttocks. Push down into the ground, lifting your hips up. Lower your hips back down. Bring your feet up off the ground. Bend your knees, take hold of your knees and hug them in towards your chest. Now extend your feet up towards the ceiling. Keep your toes straight in your legs. And pull back on both legs. Ease the tension off. Relax the ankles. Allow the knees to bend. Bring the soles of the feet down to the ground. And extend your arms out to the sides. Your right leg and cross it over the top of the left. You can inhale here. As you exhale, lower your knees over towards the right side. Inhale back to the centre. Exhale over to the left side. Inhale back to the centre. The right foot down to the ground. Cross the left leg over the top of the right. And inhale here. And as you exhale, lower your knees over towards the left side. Inhale back to the centre. And exhale over to the right side. Inhale back to the centre. Let your left foot place it at the side of your right. Relax your knees out to the sides. Bring the soles of the feet together. And then extend your feet down to the bottom of the mat. Take your ankles apart. Relax the toes out to the sides. Bring your arms to a position that's comfortable. And take your awareness down to the tips of your toes. And at the tips of your toes, I want you to visualize a tiny little speck of light at the end of your big toe. I want you to imagine that that tiny speck of light is intense relaxation. And it wants to spread all the way through your body. Allow that speck of light now to expand into your toes, into the balls of your feet, across the insteps and arches, to the heels, Achilles tendons and the ankles. Feeling of brightness and lightness and warmth, dissolving tension away, dissolving aches and pains, dissolving tightness and stiffness. And let that light now spread into the calf muscles, into the shins and the muscles at the front of the shins. Heading up towards the back of the knees and the kneecaps. Now from the knees down to the tips of your toes is full of that bright, energizing, relaxing light. Spread through your knees into the hamstrings at the back of the legs, into the muscles above the knees, and into the muscles in the thighs. Starting to fill up those big muscles in the legs with that light, bright, warm feeling. Dissolving away any tension in the legs. Moving into the hips, buttocks. In through the pelvis, up to the waist, from the waist down to the tips of your toes. All of the lower body is full of that light feeling, that spacious and bright, warm feeling. With any tension or tightness dissolved away. Now from the waist, let that light spread into the bottom of the back, around the sides of the body and into the stomach muscles. Spreading up the stomach muscles towards the sternum, up the sides of the body, into the sides of the rib cage and up towards the armpits. The bottom of the back, spreading up the back through the muscles alongside the spine. Spreading up towards the shoulder blades. And from the sternum, let that light spread into the chest, rib cage, to the muscles at the top of the chest. Back of your body spreading into the muscles, spreading out across the top of the back. And then from the front of the chest, from underneath the armpits and from across the back, let that light spread into the shoulders. The whole of your torso is full of that light, spacious, bright, warm feeling. Tension and tightness, aches and pains and stiffness dissolved away. Now visualize that light spreading into your arms, into the biceps and triceps, to the elbows, muscles in the forearms. Spread through the wrists and into the hands. The muscles at the base of the thumbs. Spreading up the thumbs and up all the fingers right to the tips. Now from the collarbones all the way down to the tips of the fingers. Through your upper body. Down through the lower body all the way to the tips of the toes. Full of that light, spacious feeling. From the collarbones, let it spread into the neck, back of the neck and the sides of the neck, the muscles around the throat. Spreading into the jaw, muscles around the mouth, cheeks and around the eyes. Spreading into the temples and the forehead. Spreading up to the crown of the head. Your mind now visualize your entire body. Crown of the head. Down to the tips of the fingers, down to the tips of the toes. your body, every part of your body is full of that bright, warm feeling, tension dissolved away, tense relaxation through the whole of your body. Rest with that feeling now. Bring your awareness to your breathing, to become aware where your body's moving as you breathe in and out. Start to become aware of the feelings of contact between your body and the ground. Start to become aware of feelings in muscles and joints. And then let's gently start to bring some movement back into the body now. Move your hands and feet, your knees and hips. Move your chest and back. Move your arms and shoulders. Move your head and neck. And then when you're ready, take your time. Turn on to your right side. And whenever you're ready, bring yourself back up to seated. Take a moment, let your body readjust. And then take a few more moments to enjoy the relaxation in your body, stillness in your mind. Deep breath in and out. And if you've had your eyes closed, gently open them now. Namaste. Thank you very much, everyone.